Today we will be doing the chapter 11th of class 8th, that is force and pressure. Now we will define what is force. So we can define force as push or pull, which enable a body to move or makes a body to come at the rest. Now we can take examples of force, like suppose when you push a door to open it, means you are applying some force, isn't? Now when you are pulling a door to close it, means you are applying a force to close the door. When you kick a ball, you are applying force with your leg. So you can say the force is push or pull. Now the unit for the force is the Newton. If you write the short form, you will be writing the capital N, or you can write Newton. And this is the SI unit for the force. Of the force, there are various effects of the force. It can change the state of motion or the rest. Means if a body is at the rest, you can move the body with the help of force, and if a body is moving, you can stop the body with the help of force. Suppose you are driving a car. Now you want to stop that. You will need to apply some force, that is you will be applying the force with the help of brakes, means you are stopping a moving object. Next is when you want to move any object which is at the rest and you want to move. For moving that object, you need some force. You need to apply the force. Suppose this board is there and you want to move this board, means you will apply some force. Means to move an object we need a force. So next effect is it can change the direction of a moving object. Now when you are moving in a particular direction and some smoke is coming on your face, you can remove that smoke with the help of your hands, isn't? You can move away that smoke from your hand. With the help of your hand, means you are changing the direction of that smoke. Next is it can change the shape and the size. Means the size of the object can be changed with the help of force. We'll take example of balloon. When you inflate a balloon and you try to push it, you can change the shape, isn't? And the size can be also decreased when you press that balloon, isn't? Next is it can stop a moving object. When you are riding a bicycle, when you apply a brake, that bicycle will be stopped, means you are stopping a moving object. Next is it can change the speed of moving object. When you are driving car and you lower down its speed, you lower down the speed with the help of the brakes, isn't? Means you are changing the speed of the moving objects. Now the effects of the force, will recall it again. It can change the state of motion or the rest. It can change the direction of moving object. It can change the shape and the size of the object. It can stop a moving object, and it can change the speed of a moving object. The force, it has got two types, or it can be divided into two categories, that is balanced force and unbalanced force. Balanced means equally, isn't? When the force, suppose we have a box here and we are applying some force, suppose 10 Newton from here and 10 Newton, and now you can see this box, you have applied 10 Newton force from every direction of the box. So will the box move? No, this box won't move because you are applying equal force from all the directions. When equal force is applied from all the directions, then the net force on the object becomes 0. The force on this object will be 0, and this type of force is termed as the balanced force. Now suppose we have taken a box and we are applying some 10 Newton force from this direction. Now we are applying 20 Newton force. Now can you see in which direction will this box move? Obviously in this direction the box will move towards the east, isn't? Why? Because the force applied from the west is more than the force applied from the east. So the box will try to move towards the east. So this type of force is termed as unbalanced force. When the force applied on the object from all the direction is not equal, it may vary. So say here we have 10 Newton here and we have 20 Newton here. The force applied from this direction is more. That is why this is unbalanced force. Now the features for the balanced and unbalanced force. Now you have seen, were you able to move this box? No. Means a balanced force, when a balanced force is applied on any object, the object remains stationary. You cannot move that object. Or second is, you cannot increase the velocity of that object. When the balanced force is applied on an object, you cannot move or make it at the rest with the help of the force. With the help of unbalanced force, we were able to move this box from west to east, isn't? With the help of unbalanced force, we can also move our object. We can increase the velocity of the object. We can also make the we can also change the shape and the size of the object with the help of unbalanced force. So we can say that there are three differences between the balanced and unbalanced force. That is, the first is, in the balanced force we can not move the object, but in unbalanced force we can move the object. Here we can't change the shape and the size of the object. Here we can change the shape and the size of the object. Here we can move it more faster. We can't move the object more faster. Here we can increase the velocity of the object in the unbalanced force. Now next is the resultant force. What is resultant force? Suppose we have a box here and we are applying 50 Newton on this box. Okay. Total net force acting on any object is termed as the resultant force. Now we are applying 50 Newton on this box, means this box will move from the west direction to the east direction because we are applying the force from the west. So it will move to the east. So the total net force here is the 50 Newton. So the box will move in this direction, or the resultant force here is the 50 Newton. Now we have taken the other box and we are applying 150 Newton from the west direction and we are applying the 100 Newton from the east direction. Now the net force on this object will be the difference of 2. That is, it will be 50 Newton. So this box will be moved to the east direction with the force of 50 Newton. So the resultant force on this object is 50 Newton. We'll take other example. Suppose यहाँ एक आदमी है, यहाँ दूसरा आदमी है. The one person standing here, he is pulling this box. इस box को अपनी side खींच रहा है with the help of 150 Newton force, और इस side वाला 100 Newton से अपनी side pull कर रहा है उसको. तो ये box किसकी side जाएगा? The box will go to the A person because उसका force ज़्यादा है. उसने ज़्यादा force से अपनी side pull किया, so this person will be able to move the box towards him. B के पास force कितना है? Just 100. So he won't be able to pull this box. Now the force can be divided into two categories: the contact force and non-contact force. From the name itself we know contact means when they are in touch. When two bodies when the two bodies are in touch and there is a force between those bodies, that is the contact force. When the two bodies are not in contact but there is a force between them, then it will be termed as non-contact force. Example for the contact force is like muscular force. When you are pulling something or pushing something, you use your muscles, your body is in contact with the object, isn't? Now non-contact force you can take like magnetic force is there. When a magnet attracts iron fillings or iron objects, there is not the contact between the iron fillings and the magnet. It attracts the fillings from far, so there is no contact. So such forces come in the categories or in the category of non-contact, and the forces, the objects which are in contact with each other, they comes in the category of contact force.